Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Spiritual Ranch. I'm Shesh Nah No Noehe, the Off Grid Oracle. Uh, Welcome to our new world disorder. It's still disorderly. But anyhow, I was over there working on my water today, and so I was kind of out here on my on the Spiritual Ranch, so I wasn't burning brush like I have been doing here in my other videos. But I was out there, and man, I just came up on the mushrooms big time, and so I figured I'll do a little quickie video here, show you a couple of the wild mushrooms, say, that are edible. But this one here is that's they call that the elf stool. And that one right there, I'm gonna try a little bit of it. They say that it can give you gas. It's like technically it's a poisonous one that it can give you gastronomical upset. But I knew a person back in the day, about 25 years ago, and she was an old gal, a lady, and she loved picking mushrooms. And she says these were really, really good, but you got to prepare them properly. You got to boil them in water and then change the water and give them another little boil. And then you just pan fry them the same way. And so I'm going to go ahead and try those. But she says they're very good, like the morels. And so I'm excited about that. And then these are the honey mushrooms right here that I've mentioned before, but they're the honey mushroom. And they also, again, give some people gastronomical upset. So that's the thing with mushrooms. Like you gotta watch out. Like if you're sensitive or whatever, they can upset your stomach. They're kind of hard to digest. And so these are another one of those but they're very beautiful. I mean, such a beautiful meaty mushroom. And they don't give me any difficulties. And they say the trick with them is that you want to make sure that you cook them thoroughly. So you just cook them very, very thoroughly. And then that removes any of the problems that you're going to have with your stomach. And so I've been eating kind of a fair amount of these. They've been good. They're really good with the venison. They're very tasty, very, very tasty. And then I found these over here. I found a little cluster of these are reishis or oregonenses. So it's not the langzhou or whatever, which is like the langzi or whatever, which is the the actual Chinese reishi. This is a reishi that's native to the Pacific Northwest, but it's still very medicinal. It's a very good mushroom, very, very medicinal. It's the mushroom of longevity, and I say it makes you live forever. And so that's I try to take it on the regular. That's why I look so good at 4,000 years old. Like I was saying. And then these are a field blewit, is what these are, and these are also very, very delicious. These ones are a little bit big. But they and I gotta watch out. They could, if they're big like this, they could be buggy. They get buggy really easy. They get little worms in them. But you want to cut your stem if they look good. Like you can see that stem's really good right there. You can't see nothing in it. And if you cut your stem and there's nothing in there, then you're good to go. With these bigger ones, you kind of want to cut the cap too, and just check before you cook. But like this one might still be good. But those 3 little holes in the middle, those could be wormholes. So they might be wormy. But then. Really cool is I found some chantrelles. I was like stoked, man. I was like, I haven't found a whole lot of chantrelles here on the property, and these are beautiful. So that's the golden chantrelle. That's what I'm going to cook up here for dinner. Very excited about that. Those things are absolutely delicious, especially right now. It's been a little bit dry. It hasn't been super soggy out there, and the chantrelles are the best when they're not super soggy. It's like when the forest is a little dry and it doesn't rain. When it's raining real heavy, they get soggy and they're not as tasty. But these are going to be absolutely delicious. Very excited about that. And in all honesty, a lot of people kind of go on about the chanterelles, certain mushrooms, right? But all of these right here are absolutely delicious. And this is a Coleman's. This is a Coleman's mushroom. It's a trichoma. And so, and these are also very delicious. Beautiful, beautiful little mushroom. They're real meaty. They're real heavy. They're real meaty, real dense little caps. Like these here, these are like just steaks, These are like dense, And so there you go. Food and medicine, provided by God, right? If you know what to look for, if you know what to do. And once you do it a couple times, you get it figured out, and it's pretty damn easy, And so we'll do our part, teaching y'all how to live off the forest again. That's our goal here, And so anyhow, I'm gonna keep this one short. I'm gonna get after these, start cooking them up. The trick, like with all of those, basically you cook them basically the same way, other than the elf stool, which is a very cool name, I have to say. And they really, if you look at these things, they're wild, They're crazy, pretty cool though, These ones were big. I was really like, damn, that's a big one. That's a really big one. And so they're kind of generally like this. But I was like, damn, very cool, huh? It's so cool. And so they same family as the burrell, I do believe. But these ones are just so beautiful, and they grow in a big cluster. But anyhow, like I was saying, is that you put them in a hot frying pan, get your frying pan hot, dry, get it good and hot, dry, and then you slice your mushrooms thin, throw them in the frying pan, and then you let them go until the moisture from the mushroom simmers off, and then it starts to dry out, and then you add your oil. So you can add like whatever butter, coconut oil, whatever it is that you choose to use, but just add some oil and like some onions, garlic, whatever, and give them a little fry. Just let them sit there and fry up a little bit, and then they're ready to go, good to go. And so it's like with the honey mushroom. If you go pick honey mushroom, like that honey fungus, just cook them really good. So you kind of cook them so that they're a little bit crunchy. With the chanterelles, they don't have to be cooked like that till they're crispy. You kind of cook them until they're just done, or you can kind of cook them up till they were a little crispy too, which I like them both ways. They're good both ways, depending on what you could do with them, And they're absolutely delicious with a little bit of sliced onion and some garlic, And so anyhow, that's the fun guy out here. The fun guys, I guess. That's the fun guys out here that we get to roll with on the Spiritual Ranch. So thanks for joining us. I'm Seth Shesh, not known the way. I'm the Off-Grid Oracle. And until next time.